shot! Dishes off to Jones, kicks it out to Aaron Hart, 4 seconds. Oh, my goodness! He makes the three.
Are you kidding me, Aaron Martin?
Well, welcome to Wildcat Week. I'm Roger Alcock. The men's basketball team captured another Crossroads League championship Tuesday night with their win over the Maple Leafs of Goshen College. The men were crowned regular season conference champions, and now they have won 7 consecutive championships in the league. Amazing feat. Well, let's get into the action and take a look at some highlights from that championship game. First, Josh Maywar inside gets the putback to go, and Bob Peters, got the putback. Here's Zach Vanderwater. He had a big night. Hit one of his big threes on the night. Aaron Murray coming in off the bench gets that one to go off the glass. Vanderwater off an offensive rebound, hands it off, and there's the layup. The Wildcats just taking control of this game. DJ Bettinger had a huge night. DJ plays awesome at Goshen. Hit that three. Big night for DJ. Here's Lane Mahiran working his way inside. Gets that one to go against 3 defenders. Once again, here's Lane Mahiran working from the left side of the lane. Nate Bubash off the bench. Gets this one to go in off the paint with the reverse layup. The Wildcats would close out the second half and come away with the big victory as we see Nate working his way inside once again. They dominate Goshen in their own gym. They earned their 7th consecutive league championship. It was 85-64, the final in this ball game. Talked about DJ with his big night, 22 points, just 3 shy of his career high. Zach Vanderwater contributed 16 points. Bob Peters added 10. The men improved to 27 wins against just 2 losses. And now they sit at 15-2 in conference play, of course, atop the standings, and as we said, league champs with 1 game to go. Well, they close out the regular season on Saturday in Lucky Arena as Marian University comes to town for senior night. Well, as we welcome in the head coach of the Wildcats, Greg Tonigal. Coach, we congratulate you on another conference championship. Is it, I don't know, do you count them up? Can you believe it? But 7 in a row. I know you take them one at a time, but in perspective, that's quite the string.
No, thank you, Roger. It's a testament to these players. I mean, the fact that they can stay the course. It's a long year, and they find ways to win. I mean, none of them are easy, I can tell you that much, and they've certainly earned them.
You have 1 game to go in the conference. We'll talk about Marian in just a little bit, but you've won it outright. The big thing is you have conference league play coming up, and you have the home court advantage throughout. You work all season long to get that advantage, and now that you have it, you breathe a little bit easier, or just a little less stress?
No, there's no breathing easier until post-March, but there's something to be said about you've earned the right to play at home. I think that gives you some confidence, but you still got to go get it, and there's a lot of basketball to be played. So I think as coaches, what we want to do is make sure our guys don't take the foot off the pedal, and they continue to improve, because we are on an upswing right now in terms of how we're playing on both ends of the ball. I felt like we've improved this last month, maybe more than any team that I've had.
In the game, as we saw the highlights from Goshen, DJ Bettinger seems to shoot well in that gym. That's never been known as a good shooter's gym, but DJ seems to shoot well there. He was 6 of 10 from 3-point range. Hit all 4 of his free throws, had those 22 points. He's had a really nice year. One of the best 3-point shooters in the country.
Yeah.
But when he starts hitting at that clip, it just takes everything to a whole new level.
Well, he was 8 for 10 last year in that gym. He was, like you said, 6 for 10 this year. He's having a tremendous year. I mean, the kid works so hard. I mean, you walk in the gym at any night, and there's a good chance he's going to be in there putting in the time. So I love the fact that he's seeing this hard work pay off, and he just makes our motion offense so much more difficult to defend, because when he walks across half court, the ball can go up. And as a coach, I really think it's going in every time.
I'll never forget, I think it was his sophomore year, that exhibition game at IU. He hit a couple deep threes, and some of the IU fans sitting around was like, who is this kid? Because, as a shooter, though, I think the point was, didn't matter what the stage was or what, if it's at Assembly Hall, IU, or Goshen College, shooters have to be confident, and he knows he can shoot.
He's by far playing with the most confidence of his career, and he's letting it fly. And when he does that, I'm telling you, our offense really goes to that next level.
Need to talk about Zach Vanderwater in this game. Had 14 points in the first half. That just, you guys really kind of opened it up in the first half, and we see a little bit of Zach here. But more than that, Zach, with those 16 points altogether, had 11 rebounds on the night. I don't know how many assists, a couple steals. Just an overall outstanding game from Zach.
I think Zach is probably the most undervalued and underrated player in our league. He does it on both ends of the floor. He rebounds, he defends, he shoots, and he's been pretty consistent throughout the year. So I'll tell you what, hats off to Zach for a tremendous senior year, and he's really peaking right now.
Let's talk a little bit about your upcoming opponent in Marion. It's a home game. You still have a lot to play for. It's senior night, and you never want to lose a ball game, much less at home on senior night. So that's, I think, a big factor, but also you always want to just continue that positive momentum going into the league conference play.
I mean, they beat us.
Tournament.
Yeah, they beat us. So,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there better be a chip on our guys' shoulders, and I think there is. It's a good basketball team. They're capable of beating anybody, as we've seen. They've already beat the top three, Bethel, us, and St. Francis. So it's a huge game for us. By no means, are we going to rest on the fact that we've already won it. We want to keep this momentum going.
With the way the conference is set up, if you win the regular season championship, you get an automatic bid to the national tournament. If you win the league championship, you get an automatic bid. So you've already got that automatic bid. You work for that. But we know that at that tournament, seeding is very important. You don't want to get in the wrong bracket, with the host team, all these kinds of things. Obviously, number one ranked team in the nation now. But if you want to maintain that, winning out, it influences the seeding, and that influences what the road to a potential championship run at national level is. So there's a lot to play for there.
And I think the experience of this group understands that. I mean, I think last year, getting down to Branson and making that run, you kind of see how the setup works. And so by no means, I don't think our guys are looking ahead. It's one game at a time. It's senior day. It's still conference regular season. It's an important game.
All right. Well, Coach, we look forward to bringing the game to the folks on Saturday and getting revved up for some tournament act. Doesn't seem possible, but it's just right around the corner. The season has flown by.
It really has. It really has.
Well, thanks for coming on in. Good luck on Saturday, and we'll talk to you next week about hopefully a couple big wins.
Thanks, Raj.
All right. Well, when we come back, the women's head coach, Steve Brooks, will be in our studio talking to us about their championship season as well. And a little bit later, we'll preview baseball with the head coach of the baseball Wildcat, Steve Newhart. That's all next on Wildcat Week. Well, welcome back to Wildcat Week. Well, this week, the athletic department named a new head soccer coach for the men's team. Luke Sanford will take over the program in 2015. He was most recently an assistant coach at Point Loma Nazarene in Point Loma, California. Well, this will be his first head coaching position. Well, with his thoughts on the upcoming season, Sanford has said, I look forward to building on the current culture and applying my own ideas and convictions. We'll be hardworking, organized, and service-oriented as a group. Sanford and his family are set to arrive this March in Marion. Well, good luck to Coach Sanford, and welcome to Indiana Wesleyan. Well, talking about women's basketball now, they have captured another league championship this past Wednesday night. It was a special night as the 4 seniors were honored after the game as well. It was senior night. Goshen was the opponent for the game, and the Lady Wildcats certainly were prepared and played an outstanding ball game. Opening things up early was Carly Cottrell hitting the jumper in the lane. Val Sohaski back into the lineup for the Wildcats, got one to go off the glass. Nice drive there by Katrina Blackman. Once again, here's Carly Cottrell in the lane, get that turnaround jumper to go. Coming off the bench, Kelsey Key from way downtown. Great play here and a hustle play from Jess Stewart, giving Kelsey Key the layup at the end of the floor. Katrina Blackman now in the second half off the inbound pass. Got this one to go as well. Katrina, an outstanding game for the Wildcats. Here's Tennille Krebs hitting the 3 as the Wildcats just begin to extend their lead toward Kraft inside, and they go back inside once again to Val Sohaski, who got that one to go off the glass. And now you see the seniors being honored after the victory. The Lady Wildcats close out senior night 79-76 with the victory over Goshen. Katrina Blackman, Tennille Krebs, both big nights. Katrina Blackman, 17 points. Tennille with 13 points. Carly Cottrell had contributed 12 points as well. Lady Wildcats now improved to 25-4 with the win, 16-1 in Crossroads League play. So the Lady Wildcats finish the regular season on the road at Marian University. It'll be a top 10 showdown in Indianapolis this Saturday. Well, now we welcome in the head coach of the Lady Wildcats, Coach Steve Brooks. And Coach, thanks for joining us. Well, congratulations, another conference championship. Well, that's 5 in the last 6 years, I think, conference regular season championship. So not a bad run there.
You know, I don't keep track of it, but it's our goal, and I'm really excited for our seniors because I think they've done a tremendous job in helping us get to that point. And you know, it was an exciting night for everyone.
You know, I kind of look back at this group of seniors, and there's still more basketball for them to be played. Not a flashy group,
No.
Not a superstar in the group, but they've had an amazing career. And you can point to every season a game where each one of these ladies stepped up and carried the team, and they've had a great career.
Yeah, I can't say enough about all 4 of them. You know, each one of them brings something very different to our program, and you know, it's been a hard year for Val coming off of the injury, but she's battled, and she really did a nice job last night, and we started to see flashes of the old Val. And you know, Katrina has been a really good player, one of the best players in the conference throughout the whole season, and she proved that again last night. And Tennille stepped up and played well, and Emma, and I don't know how many assists Emma had, but she had a lot, and she has a way of making everybody around her better. And
I have her down for 10 assists on a ball game. That's double-digit assists, pretty impressive.
Yeah, and that helps you score 79 points. And if we score 79 points, we have a legitimate shot at winning the game.
Exactly. Let's go back to talk about Val a little bit. She had the knee injury. You know, at first, didn't even know if she'd play it at all this year. Might have lost her season, and her career might have ended even prematurely. But she's starting to get back in. And I thought, for me, last night, her play, especially the second half, was the highlight of the game because you could tell she was starting to get back in the flow of things. Played 20 minutes. That was great to have her play 20 minutes in that game.
Yes, and you know, it's not that you know, I've wanted to work her back in, and Chelsea and Erica have been playing extremely well, and that was a little more difficult. And Val had some really good practices, and then the next day the knee would have swollen, and it was kind of a setback. So, but last night she competed, and like, you know, we got extended minutes out of her, and hopefully we can continue that pattern because she brings some really good offense to the table, and she's a strong rebounder and very smart, very cerebral player, and somebody that, you know, she started every game for us a year ago. And, you know, she can be a major factor for us going down the stretch.
Wanted to focus on the seniors today. We've talked about Val. We've talked a lot about Katrina. There's Emma Stahl there. Emma, you know, her 10 assists, but she's just a competitor, isn't she?
Yeah, she's she gets after it. She's our best, you know, perimeter defender, and you know, and she does all the little things that don't always show up on a stat sheet. So,
you know, you talked about Val. I shared in the broadcast. She is a smart kid too. You got a lot of smart kids here, but outstanding students. Tennille Krebs, again, another just a real tenacious competitor, and a player who's willing to do whatever it takes in that particular game to win.
Yes, you know, we're talking about a highly competitive group. Those 4 kids are incredibly competitive in their own way. And then, like you said, they're extremely intelligent as well. So,
you know, Katrina Blackman, people, when they get to know her personality, she is just a blast to be around.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's the only kid that I've had in the 16 years that I've been here have been able to make me laugh in the middle of a practice, which is probably a healthy thing. So she has a knack for saying the right thing at the right time to get me to laugh. So.
Well, there's still a lot more basketball to go as we wrap it up here today, but one more game on the road at Marian, and then it's into the conference tournament, but it's great to have home court advantage throughout the conference tournament.
Yeah, right now, I mean, that was one of the things that we were shooting for, was to be conference champion regular season so that we would be able to host the tournament and then try to stay in that tournament as long as we possibly can. Right now, I think the major concerns are health issues. Like when I walked in, I just got word that, you know, they rushed Katrina to the hospital because there's a chance that she has a kidney infection. And, you know, we've got other, you know, issues like with Val and her knee. How's that going to come back today? And so we're just going to have to take it and play it one game at a time, one day at a time, and hopefully be able to put our best foot forward as we go into the tournament.
All right, well, Coach, thanks for coming on in, and best of luck as we wrap up the season. Looking forward to some tournament action here. It'll be a lot of fun.
Thank you.
All right, well, when we come back, the head coach of the baseball team, Chad Newhard, will join us, and we'll find out what one former Lady Wildcat is doing in life after college. That's next on Wildcat Week. Well, welcome back to Wildcat Week. The baseball season is nearly here. It might not feel like it outside, but it is. And the Wildcat baseball team, they're already getting ready, gearing up for the season. Well, we welcome in the head baseball coach of the Wildcats, Chad Newhard. And Coach, thanks for coming in the studio. It's what? I don't know, 2 degrees outside, but baseball is just right around the corner.
It is hard to believe, but we're gearing up to start our spring season.
You were telling me that even a week or two ago, it was warm enough. You did go outside for a little bit.
Yeah, we've gone outside, I believe, 3 times now. It's been warm enough that we've been able to use parts of our practice field. It's great for us to get outside when we can. We also have an outstanding indoor facility at Troyer Fieldhouse, which allows us to prepare very well for our season.
It's always seemed to me that guys who play baseball at the college level, I mean, they are all about baseball. I mean, they're diehards, and so it doesn't matter if they can get out, they want to do it.
Yeah, they were excited. Our team was excited to get outside last week. It's a huge commitment level to play any sport at the college level. So, yeah, our team is really committed to baseball and continuing to see themselves get the most out of their abilities and become better players.
Looking forward to this season. In terms of your team, the Wildcats, probably key for you, you're saying, is depth. You feel have a team that's got some senior leadership, but you got a lot of depth to go along with it, and that's what you're going to need to carry you guys through this year.
Yeah, we do have a great group of seniors, Roger. Really excited about them. They all are leading in their own different ways, which is exciting to see. We're not going to rely on one part or aspect of our game to allow us to have success. I feel like we have some depth, and the strength of our team is actually in our team. And we have to play defense well, pitch well, which I think we've got some depth on the mound. And then offensively, our objective is to create runs, and we definitely have the offensive ability to do that as well. So it's fun to see, because on any given day, a different guy on our team could step up and really make an impact on our team. So, and I think that's going to allow us to have success.
We're going to take a look at just a little bit. You talked about Troyer Fieldhouse and a good chance to get inside. Tell us about some of the guys we're taking a look at here and what they add to your team. Yeah,
I mean, this right here, we got 2 seniors, Cam Screeton and Brian Beachy. Great to see them talking to each other and coaching each other up. I think that's one area that really excites me, to see guys talking about the game and helping each other coach. I think that's a really effective way to do that. We've got some guys right here you're seeing are working on fundamentals, some important parts of our game. We really rely on our defense and work on that quite a bit. So, we've got an outstanding indoor facility. It allows us to work in all aspects of our game. And when we start playing next week, I feel like we'll be prepared to go out and compete, even though we haven't been outside quite a lot.
Speaking of next week, historically teams from the Midwest used to head down to Florida for spring break. You've shifted out to Tucson, Arizona over the last couple of seasons, and it's been just a better situation, better scenario for you guys.
Right. We've been there's a lot of teams that will go to Florida A lot of teams, and we've had success finding some teams out in Arizona as well. The biggest thing for me is the weather is very consistent out there. The last couple of years, Roger, I mean, we just battle the elements. When we come back from spring break, we are battling the elements. Our guys have to be very flexible and know that, we could be playing games on any day, So that's something that we battle throughout the year. The one nice thing that we do have in our schedule is we do go out to Arizona. We play 10 games out there. The weather is very consistent. Our team looks forward to it. It's a great way for us to get our season kick-started. And we're looking forward to the opportunity to playing in some very nice weather against some teams that are going to challenge us, and we're going to play a competitive schedule while we're out there.
All right. Well, Coach, getting excited about baseball, and it's a lot of fun, and certainly we welcome people to check out the Wildcats out at Wildcat Field sometime this season.
Absolutely. March 14th is our home opener, so looking forward to that.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for coming on in, talking some baseball. Go Reds.
Go Reds.
And go Tigers.
Yeah. Spring training getting started.
Oh, wouldn't that be a blast to go down there and hang out for a while?
That'd be amazing.
Well, anyways, we'll keep track of you guys this season and have you back sometime here on Wildcat Week.
All right, thanks.
All right. Well, finally on this week's episode of Wildcat Week, we'd like to introduce you to a new series of stories as we check in with former Wildcat athletes to ask, well, where are they now? Our first stop comes from right here in Marion, Indiana, as Kyle Johnson caught up with former Lady Wildcat basketball star and All-American Paige Smith.
Do you remember? Very fun.
You might recognize Paige Smith from Lady Wildcats basketball. She graduated from IWU in December of 2013. During her senior year, the women's team captured the national championship. But now, she's capturing the imagination of young minds. Smith teaches 5th and 6th grade art at Justice Intermediate School, right down the road from her alma mater. Smith is adamant that the best part of her job is the impact the kids have on her.
The experience with kids is so rewarding. It's amazing. I am so blessed to get to come to work every day and feel loved and feel special. You guys are going to model for your classmates. We're going to draw them in the style of Keith Haring, okay? So you're going to come here and strike a pose, whichever way you would like. It's so amazing to kind of have like that back and forth and that relationship with the kids, and it's really one of the most rewarding things I've ever experienced.
Art is a passion of Smith's, and she says that her job is usually more play than work.
It's so fun. I get to make art for a living, and I get to teach other little human beings to make art. It's so enjoyable.
As far as basketball goes, Smith hasn't left the game she loves. Along with teaching, she also coaches the 6th grade basketball team and is constantly reminded of her time playing at IWU for Coach Steve Brooks.
There's so many parallels. Like every day I feel like I can hear Coach Brooks talking to me when I'm at work. It's crazy. But I mean, just the discipline and the work ethic that it takes. And I'm kind of realizing the patience that Coach Brooks had with me. I've been able to give that patience and grace to the kiddos, which has been a really exciting thing for me to do.
Paige Smith, where is she now? In her words, she's living a dream.
It really is like kind of like living a dream. Like I get to coach and I get to teach my favorite subject and I get to hang out with kids. It's been amazing.
While her presence is no longer being felt on the court, it's certainly being felt off of it. For Wildcat Week, I'm Kyle Johnson.
Well, thank you so much, Kyle. It's great to see Paige still here in the community. Well, that's all we have for you this week. If you have any comments or suggestions about this show, we'd like to hear from you. You can write us here at the station, WIWTV, 4201 South Washington Street, Marion, Indiana, 46953. Or you can visit our website, WIWTV.com, watch past episodes, connect with us online at WIWTV.com. Well, we look forward to being back with you next time. So for all of us here, thanks for watching Wildcat Week.